Hello, welcome to Clutch My Pearls, the podcast where I, Emily, learn all about the smut that my friends are reading. As always, I'm joined with Vanessa and Barbara.
Hi.
Hi. What?
Hello.
She's thirsty.
I was drinking some water.
She's getting a sippy.
I'm pretty sleepy today.
Oh,
Oh,
Maybe it's a little bit like we have a gas leak.
I gotta love it.
I'm already feeling it.
All right.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
You're feeling it, Vanessa?
The gas leak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, because it's your book.
Yeah.
Ooh, what you got for us? Do we have any housekeeping? As always, join our Patreon.
Please.
Patreon, you get the episodes a day early. You get the episodes ad free. If you get a book boyfriend above is when you get the episodes a day early. If you support the girls, you get the episodes ad free. On our book boyfriend and above level, you also get a bonus episode each month where last month we did 50 Shades of Grey, which I learned a lot. And it was great. To follow that up after our Twilight episode, poo. We were tee-hee-heeing.
I haven't listened yet because I need to edit it like in the next 2 days. But the moment where you just go, is it BDSM?
Is this BDSM?
And Vanessa and I just looked at each other like, it's like when a kid asks you like, how are babies made? And you're just like,
You sweet, sweet summer child.
oh, we're in for it. We're in for it now.
Yeah, so go listen. It was fun. I listened to it this morning.
Wait, so
and I was
you
tee-hee.
never watched the movie or read the book?
No.
She's a baby.
I maybe read a
Baby.
little bit of it at first, but of course I didn't finish. I don't read.
No, I know.
Hello.
I'm just curious.
Baby's
Like,
got better things
everybody
to do.
knows about it.
Baby, I'm busy playing blocks, okay?
Even Bernie knew.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
He
of
was
it.
like, oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric thought it was hilarious. But in a very like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I called you sweetie, and it didn't. I hope it didn't feel condescending because it was
No.
very like, oh, okay.
I'm baby.
Yes, it
Baby.
is.
I'm
What
baby
are we
spice.
about to expose her to?
Oh, Guarded by the Snake just came out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you said Layla Faye did the turkey book. I was confused and I said no
Mhm.
because she did do full sack
Right.
2 turkey days ago.
Right.
I was
Original
confused.
turkey.
Original. Oh my God, what did we just make these people listen to, and what did I read?
Yeah.
She wrote
That's
full
usually a
sack.
lot of the episodes that people, if they say, like, if you're going to jump in at any spot, listen to.
Oh, that's the spot?
That's the spot that some
Oh.
people suggest.
Get in the deep end, and if
Yeah.
you don't want to be there, you are right.
Oh my God.
So join our Patreon, patreon.com/catchmypearlspod. When you sign up through the web browser, not through the Apple app, because they like to take money, and we don't get that money. They keep that money, and they don't need that money.
They don't need it.
They're fine. We're not though, but we're
We're doing our best.
doing it our way.
Gemini moon.
It's a Cancer season and a Gemini moon.
It's a water sign. Oh,
Oh my God.
that was a show for you, Vanessa.
Wow.
Will you tell us about your book?
We were your intro
Thank
to
you.
Vanessa's book.
Are you deeply concerned about how we already are, and we haven't even had a chance to interrupt the synopsis?
No,
and
it's
stuff yet?
fine. It's good.
She gave us a clue.
Wait, did she? She said our panties were gonna get wet.
She said it was what she listened to a previous episode.
Oh,
Which then she
yeah.
said something about the episode she was listening to, which was the Nick Cage and Cher one. And then I didn't think past that.
Caught Up by Nevessa Allen.
Is it?
Did I guess it? Did
Wait,
I guess
what?
it? Did I?
What?
Have you had a stroke? I guessed it.
What?
Did you hear her?
I know Nevessa Allen.
It's Caught Up,
Caught Up.
the second book from Lights Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Wait,
Yeah.
is this the one where at the end it reveals that she's in the mafia, and Vanessa
Yeah.
was like, "Of course she is. She's Italian."
Is he in the
should've known.
motorcycle?
Yes.
Yes.
It's good because last week we did Rio DeLuca. He's Italian.
Yes.
And also Goofy.
Like,
And
like
she also has a book called Caught Up.
yeah.
Okay, that's why I was like, wait a minute.
That's why I got
Okay.
mixed up whenever you said the Caught Up. But Nevessa Allen, she's the one that was the author on stage at that book con when the firefighters came in, right?
No, that was Abby
Jimenez.
Yeah.
Is Abby Jimenez the one that's also a baker, or is that Nevessa Allen?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about
They
a
both
baker.
probably
One
could
of them,
bake.
one of them has like a bake shop, like bakes like really cute cupcakes and pies.
I don't know.
There's no way to know.
I
Whichever
don't
one
know.
you are, you know what? Both of you authors are welcome to send us cupcakes.
I love it. Let's be friends. Let's collab. Not like that.
Let's collab like that.
Oh my God. So you send me so many dirty baby TikToks that when I'm trying to tee-hee-hee with my husband looking at, let's see what Vanessa sent, of guys in motorcycle helmets doing the bare minimum, but riding without protective gear on their motorcycles.
It's
Oh,
just
goodness.
for fun.
So that's this guy.
So, Lights Out was the masks.
yes. So
And
I
the
had
knife.
I had a couple of recap notes.
Okay, good, because honestly,
Of
though,
course,
why bother? I don't know.
Emily always asks if she knows the book.
I know this book.
And I said the name of it, and Barbara goes, "I've never heard of it, so it can't be good."
Did I really?
And then I was talking about the mass and the TikToks, and Emily was like, "So you wrote this, Nevessa Villages?"
Nevessa Villages, yeah.
Yeah.
You also weren't into like the thirst trap guy until he broke into her house. That
Right.
was when Barbara got in. I
Where
thought
was the
that
moon when we recorded
I
the
don't
episode?
know.
no
That
way.
was 59.
Wow.
Wow, that
It
was almost
seems
like
so long
40
ago. I had to
episodes ago.
scroll.
Oh, we've been doing this for a minute.
It didn't say what city they were in, but we all guessed New York because it was like a high crime area because
Yeah.
she was a nurse,
It
an
just
ER
fit.
nurse. Yeah.
It
and in this book, they're from Little Italy. So,
Little
so
Italy.
I'm pretty sure it's New
There's
York.
a Little Italy in San Diego.
Really?
Best raviolis I've ever had in my life.
Would you say you're more ravioli or spaghetti?
If I go out to a restaurant and they have ravioli, I'll get that because I'll make spaghetti at home and it'll be fucking amazing.
Right.
Ayy.
But your fancy food is ravioli.
Well, I don't know.
And you're not a Chef Boyardee girl.
That is a sin. It is a crime against me personally. The smell.
It's tomato sauce.
It's horrendous.
It is a specific
It
flavor.
is not edible. Stay away, people.
I love it.
What were you saying, Vanessa?
Tell us about your book.
I also said I wouldn't read the next book.
Why?
I don't know. At the end of the episode, I was like, probably won't read the next book.
You Pisces, you're just
I'm
saying
a
stuff.
liar.
She's a
Liar.
liar.
Okay, here's the synopsis. I wasn't going to tell you the title.
I can't believe you guessed it.
I don't know why, but somebody commented it recently. I think maybe on I don't know where they commented it, but someone on our Patreon, which you should join, they commented like, "Oh, this," and you were like, "Oh, I got to check it out," and all of a sudden I just had a feeling.
The audio book has the guy that everybody loves.
Right.
Chris Messina,
Yes.
No.
No. Teddy Hamilton?
Roosevelt,
Oh.
I don't know what his name is, but
He's the one that everyone
Grace.
thinks of. Grace, yeah.
yes. If he's in the audiobook, she's listening.
Got
Doesn't
it.
matter
Got
because
it.
it's going to be good.
Okay.
Going to be good. Okay.
That's what she was listening to while she was pregnant. And I was like, put the headphones on the baby so that she knows.
Yeah.
Well, she's
And she
getting
did.
it.
And that baby, she's so cute.
That baby's so cool. I bet.
She's so cool.
So cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I wanted this woman, and I was a man who always got what he wanted.
Yeah, it is. Vroom, 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 vroom.
Nico Jr. Trossi
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
No. All right.
knows Lauren Marchetti is off limits. Some Italian name.
Really Italian.
Yeah.
I had an aunt, Lauren, who always would be very. It's not Lauren.
Is it Lauren?
It's Lauren.
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 But you guys are
Lauren.
sounding real not
Lauren.
East Coast.
Lauren.
Lauren.
You think there's only Lauren Michaels or Lauren?
Lauren.
Here, lassie.
Lauren. Lauren.
I'm so sorry. Continue.
She is sweetness and laughter, whereas Junior exists in a world of violence and depravity. Men like him don't get to have women like her. It's why he pushed her away back in high school and kept his distance ever since.
High school sweethearts,
School
second
Sweethearts?
chance romance. We did
Oh
it again.
my God.
So weird.
Is it very similar?
When you were talking, I was like, oh my God.
We keep doing this. We're
And
witches.
it was Caught Up. Liz Tomford
Oh
Caught
my
Up.
God.
Oh
A
my
sequel.
God.
The
A squeakquel.
The
squeakquel.
Squeakle. You actually asked if it was a...
A squeakquel.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe,
Definitely
maybe not.
It
I don't
was.
know.
Does he go by Junior?
And he's a cousin. That was my other clue.
Oh.
He's Allie's cousin from Lights Out.
Your
Right.
cousin's favorite podcast.
Yes.
So he's and we are everyone's favorite. We are your famous cousin's favorite podcast. Is he in the mafia? So he's part of the mafia family then.
Yes.
He's from Little Italy.
the one
He's
that
from
helped...
Lily.
He's the one that helped cover up
They fed him
the
to the
guy
pigs.
that he killed.
Yeah,
Or
good.
that Allie and Josh accidentally killed. The
Yeah.
rapist guy.
Yeah, that
From
guy
the
sucked.
No one's gonna
hospital.
miss him.
He's
Yeah.
dead. Good.
He
He goes by Junior. How are we feeling about this, Emily?
It makes me think of
Today,
Soprano.
Junior. That
that.
does it make me do that?
It makes me think of Sopranos.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
Meadow and Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He...
not Junior. Junior's the old guy, but the one who was
So Junior doesn't make you think of Junior.
made me think of the one who's the son. His dad died.
Junior.
Junior, sure.
Oh, Frankie Jr.
Frankie Jr. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Who's very good looking, by the way.
That's who I picture.
you go.
Well, his dad has the same name, so they call him Junior, but a lot of people call him Nick also, and they call his dad Nico.
Okay.
It's a lot of names.
So you can call him
So
Nick.
funny when dads give their sons their name and then say, you can't use that. It'll get confusing.
Yeah. Okay. But when Junior looks Lauren up online, he discovers the shy, bookish girl he remembers is gone. In her place is a strikingly beautiful woman whose social media is filled with scantily clad pictures of herself and a connection to a nearby play club.
Play like in Praise.
Is this crossing over into Salacious Players Club? Wait, is it actually?
No, it's a kink club, though.
It's a pink club.
It's a kink club.
Oh.
It's pink.
Yeah, sure.
It's Victoria's Year pink.
Ah.
Yes.
What's her kink? Will we get to that?
Yeah.
She has like OnlyFans is what we're hearing.
Yes.
Love it. Like
Yeah.
bottle service girl or OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
Hell
She's
yeah.
cam girl.
Alyssa Green. Check her out.
Junior's innocent curiosity quickly turns into a dark obsession. Watching Lauren from a distance isn't enough. He needs to make her his.
He needs to smell her.
Okay.
Lauren.
He's ruthless, a walking red flag. Good thing red is my favorite color.
Oh my God.
Lauren is intrigued by the mystery man who keeps showing up at her club, who tempts her white-hot desires. But as their flirty online messages stir up a deeper form of connection, Lauren worries she's developing real feelings for the brooding stranger.
They're soulmates.
They're meant to be. She could feel it.
Yeah.
Does he wear his helmet inside? Yes.
We'll get there.
Does he? Oh, because I was like, how did she not recognize him from high school? And then I thought, there are so many people I wouldn't recognize from high school. If I met you 3 weeks ago, I probably wouldn't recognize you today. So that's on me.
What
Sorry,
about
everyone.
the person you lost your virginity to?
I literally was like, oh.
I would not recognize him.
No, I
Probably wouldn't.
yeah.
As their combined desire ratchets up to a breaking point, who will seduce who?
Each other.
Ooh.
This literally came out June 10th.
Oh my God.
Wait, this year?
That was when the other book.
Wait, why have I seen it then?
I had to skip the one I wanted to do that I did yesterday that was a week ago for you guys because it was coming out. There was another one that came out June 10th and this came out June 10th. I'm going to be quiet.
Whoa.
Wow.
Witches.
Wait, so this caught up came.
Out June 10th.
Why have I seen it with? Is it red cover?
Yeah, so the cover's been like going around for a while, like advertising
They'll
it.
release the cover well in advance so people can get excited about it. Cover
I think
reveal.
literally people were probably talking about it. I think I read
thought
Lights
I
Out pretty close to when it came out, and they were already talking about the next book. They were already making TikTok reels. I think they already had the cover of the book.
I'm having like a Mandela effect of where it's like I've seen this at Barnes and Noble, but I haven't. Obviously, I must have just seen the cover.
Yeah.
But I thought it had.
Maybe we jump timelines.
Oh.
So yeah, I literally pre-ordered this.
Oh my,
my
God.
God.
So it like showed up in my Kindle and was like on the 10th. Yeah.
Hey, get caught up.
Time to get caught up.
Yeah.
That was that was like
Week.
yesterday.
What's his deal? He's got a helmet
Get
on?
a grip.
Did you love it?
We'll get there.
Ooh. Does he wear his helmet all the time?
No.
Okay. Does he wear it during sex?
No.
Does he wear it when he goes in the
No.
club?
Why doesn't she recognize him from high school? I'm not going to judge her.
She does recognize him.
She does.
Right
Emily,
away.
Okay, yeah.
How many pages
Tell us
is
about.
it?
Oh yeah.
337 pages.
37 pages. 37.
Did they fuck in high school?
Yeah, but that's not.
It's not a flashback.
It's
Yeah.
reference, but we don't get to
Yeah.
Fade to black. Whatever that was that you said about Akatar.
nothing.
And then
What
he did.
Lorcan did.
Lorcan did. I will say 162.
58.
Changing?
37 or 58.
Oh, 25.
I was right.
25? He jerks it?
It's a little business cummy.
But there is a completion.
She makes a video for him. He jerks off to it.
But you,
she
in
comes
And they
real-
an idea?
both come on the page.
I'm going to count that.
I'll count that.
I'm going to count that.
I got some other comes. There's a couple who is not related to the story. They come on 87. 138, he goes down on her. 175, she blows him and rubs one out during a show. 293, they finally fuck.
I pictured he goes down on her with his motorcycle helmet on.
Oh, hell yeah. Does
No.
he?
Just through the
Hell
little
no.
visor. Just
It's all foggy.
It's got anti-fog.
He's like an F1 driver where he takes the screen off. Like,
Oh my God.
They have the covers from The Splash.
So he's in the mafia, Little Italy. He's junior.
They're
He's
making
wandering
ravioli.
around with a motorcycle.
So something happened in high school.
Oh.
6 years ago.
Yes,
Never
10
forget.
years ago.
Wow. So they're 28?
Yes.
Mathed up.
He he
Shout out
just
your sister.
At Mathed Up if you want to learn about math and my sister.
if you want to be super smart like Emily.
Yeah.
Something happened in high school. Her dad beat his ass and was like, if you ever come around her again, I will kill you.
What'd he do?
I don't know.
We don't know.
There's no way to know.
Is
The tables
her
have
dad
turned,
in-
and I am not a fan.
Yes.
Is her dad in the mafia too?
Yes.
Same
Oh.
family or same group or different groups?
They don't really get into it.
Maybe he parked in his parking spot.
Ooh.
Oh. His dad was also like, yeah, same. Like, stay away from her. And they don't really like
The
elaborate.
dads are like, y'all are not going to be together.
Yes, basically. The dad is self-made, so he's like
Senior or her dad?
senior.
Senior.
He's self-made, so he's super paranoid and makes them live at the house with them. So they basically lived with their parents
So just locked down.
pretty much.
God, the therapy bills.
Very sheltered, no drinking, no drugs. He always like has to be like ready and on point.
Aw. Did he
but-
abide by that, or did he like? Yeah, I'm gonna go break out though.
Well, him and Lauren's relationship in high school was the one time he let himself.
The one time
Be
he
free.
didn't follow his dad's rules
10
So-
years ago.
after what happened.
What happened? She moved away and she never saw him again. But he has definitely been keeping tabs on her since day one.
IUD tracker. Yep.
Yeah. She posted a picture of herself and this like conservative congresswoman. She's trying to like, she advocates for like safer sex work.
Good for her.
The
And
conservative congresswoman does?
no,
She's trying to get the conservative congresswoman to stop being a
Lauren.
dick about it and just let us all have a good time.
she needs her vote for something to pass.
Right.
And so she's been trying to crack her.
She's the Susan Collins of it all.
Trying to solicit her.
Nico made it happen.
Oh.
He had a video of the congresswoman's son doing blow and sent it to her and was like, meet up with Lauren or else.
Who is
Love
he
it.
blowing? Barbara.
Barbara.
Don't say that.
He
Okay,
was like,
duty.
I would have done worse.
He would have blown someone.
I think the thing that she's trying to get past is like if you report an assault during sex work, you don't get soliciting charges.
That sounds correct,
Yes.
as it should be.
Sounds
That-
totally
yeah.
normal.
Oh, reasonable. Okay.
He sends her a video request. He has been her #1 subscriber since the day that she announced it on her social media, since day one, very first subscriber. He sends her a video request. She doesn't know it's him. What's his name? NT95. He sends her a video request for $700 with a note. Good job today. I'm proud of you. Now show me how proud you are of yourself, Lauren.
Wow.
Does she go by her actual name too? So it's not like,
Yes.
how'd you know that I'm that low? Okay.
Yes. They
Yeah,
have
she was by her real name, like Alyssa Green does.
They have sexted and texted for hours, for years.
Does he have any photos of himself on there?
No.
Helmet on?
He sent her one of his old T-shirts that he wore, and he's like, "Check out those pheromones."
The
What do you
biker
think?
thing is not a thing.
It's not a thing.
Oh,
It's literally not a thing. He definitely has been stalking her this whole entire time, and he's been using the motorcycle to parked out front of her house.
But that's like
to
a
watch
hobby,
her.
not his lifestyle.
No, I'm just saying like
It's
it literally
not- it doesn't-
never comes up.
Oh, okay.
weird. Because there
One
are
day-
books that motorcycle guys are like a trope, right?
Yes.
Thing, yeah.
Okay, so
Where they
he
have
rides a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And one day she's out walking and she's like, there's that hot motorcycle guy. She has no idea what he looks like. He's always wearing a helmet. And she
Okay.
was like,
Safety.
I could really get, just like after she makes the video for Nico, she like gets all worked up and she was like, I should go sleep with him. I haven't been with somebody in a long time. And it just happens to be him.
Wow.
Convenient.
It doesn't come up in the rest of, this is like in the very beginning. It doesn't come up for the rest of the book. And then he's like leaving somewhere that they were together and he gets on the bike and she's like, holy shit, that's the guy on the bike.
You're the guy I'm always daydreaming about.
And
Yeah.
then she's like,
About.
do you live in my neighborhood? And he's like, nope. And she's like, oh, so you've been watching me. But that's it.
Weird.
Yeah,
That's the
but
end
like
of the
in a
bike thing.
romantic, loving sort of way. It's
I love it.
fine.
I just mean like the helmet thing is not a thing.
Because it is a thing
Okay.
in other books, right?
I don't know.
Honestly, I'm really glad because the last one was masks all the time, and that to me says
It was
Jim
hard.
Carrey the mask, and it was just a
Yeah.
lot.
Okay, so she sends a video. It is very good.
She's very good at her job.
She's really good. at what
Like
she does.
she knows him, and he paid extra for dirty talk. And at one point, he has to like pause it to make sure that it's an actual like video because he's like talking to the video. It's kind of hot.
He's stable.
Yeah. He's like, I've learned all of her sounds and studied the way she makes herself climax. It wasn't obsessive, it's strategic. One day I would use everything I've learned against her and make her come faster than anyone else had.
Take that.
I'll use it against her. So yeah, they come on page 25.
25. Mutual.
Business.
Yes. So the book opens up with basically him getting rid of her dad.
Great.
Last hurdle to keep them apart, except for his dad, because I guess that he's like worried that Lauren could make him want to go straight. Like he loves her so much, like he's gonna leave the family. Like it's very like controlling. Like I just don't want him to be with anybody.
Romeo
Okay.
and Juliet.
That's exactly what they say in the book.
Aw, that's good. I wrote it.
With her dad missing, he assumes that she's probably going to be at church with her grandma, and she is. They see each other. She's pissed. He's basically been out of her life, and then he shows up at church.
He's
Plus-
never been out of your life.
He made her dad disappear, and it's like now I gotta
Well,
go to church. It was like a whole thing.
She
dead?
doesn't know it's him.
Yeah, she
And her
knows.
dad is kind of a bad guy, so she
Oh.
hasn't really like talked to him in like 8 or 10 years. He's gambling a lot all the time, and a lot of the rumors are that he has another family in California. So she doesn't really care
Interesting.
that much. She ends up hiding from him in the bathroom, and he's outside waiting for her.
Listening.
And
He's
he's
like, God, Dookie.
oh my God. He's
be
like,
your
do
grandma."
you miss me? And she's like, you're nobody. And he's like, is this how you respond to nobody? And she looks down and she's like arching into him and practically like grinding on him.
From the bathroom.
No, like
No.
outside of the bathroom.
She's outside of the bathroom now, and they're
He
doing.
was hiding. She was hiding in the bathroom and he was waiting outside for her.
And then she got. Oh, I see.
And
she
then
left.
he like,
She's not very good at hiding. You gotta stay.
Yeah.
well, she has to leave at some point.
Oh, you
He
caught
has her
up.
like pinned up against the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's like arching.
Yes.
Like a cat.
She's basically like, don't
Cat-cow.
touch me. And he's like, you liked it when I touched you back in the day. And that pisses her off. She tries to like knee him in the balls and like takes off.
Feisty.
Ugh, she's a brat.
This is where we find out what he did 10 years ago. So I'm not going to.
Wait, what? No, this is where we find out what he did 10 years ago.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not going to edge you
We. Oh, you're not.
for an
Okay.
hour.
I thought you were saying, but I'm not going to tell you now. And I was about to.
No,
tell
I'm gonna tell you. Lauren gets home. She has roommates. Ryan and Taylor. Taylor's also a cam girl, and Ryan is like her editor. She basically says that they were working at like a fair at like for the church, and he like finger blasted her in a crowd behind the church at the fireworks.
What's the problem?
Wow.
And that is kind of like where her cam girl kink came from. They ended up like fooling around every chance they got. He ended up taking her virginity, and she like wrote him all these like notes, like telling him like where to meet me, what I'm gonna do to you. And she was like keeping a journal at the time and writing.
Back before, it was when you had to text like A,
T9.
B9. Like,
Yeah.
was it 3 times? So she's like, I'll just write it down and keep a paper trail.
She also, that's kind of where like her fanfic obsession comes in. She keeps a diary of like all of their trysts.
Oh my God.
And also writes down a bunch of fantasies that she has that she wants to play out with him.
What a
Oh.
creative young lady.
Her best friend
Uh-huh.
finds the diary.
Is this not a very good friend?
She also has a crush on Junior. And she can't believe that they would be hooking up. And so she just thinks that she's some weirdo who's just fantasizing about this guy and she's obsessed with him. She's writing all these things. So she tells everybody, she takes the diary with her and passes out copies.
What in the
that's not
Regina
nice.
George?
Yeah.
What is this, Cruel Intentions?
What kind of best friend in high school either A, doesn't know who you're hooking up with, or B, thinks you're the weird one for fantasizing about hookups that aren't happening? Aren't you supposed to both be like, I'm going to marry Orlando Bloom or whoever the fuck it was at the time? Like,
Yeah.
this is not a good best friend.
Not a good friend.
Junior ends up denying that they were together.
For
Why
safety.
did you do that?
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
For
He had
safety.
to, because otherwise dad would be mad. Both dads.
Also, the way everybody reacted to them finding out that they were hooking up, like she's such a good girl, he's the bad boy.
It's Grease.
You're the one that I want. You're the one
Danny
I want.
Zuko has to try to be cool.
Oh my
He's like,
God.
hey, what's up?
And then he has a motorcycle.
The girl and the principal who never enforce any sort of, punishments for teasing end up getting some karma.
What do they get?
Murdered.
The girl ends up going to jail for drugs.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, and I think the principal had a car crash.
Under mysterious
The
circumstances.
roads are dangerous. You
He's
gotta be
alive,
careful.
but he was badly injured.
Oh, that's
Her friend, she's telling her friends about like meeting up in the bathroom hallway, and she's like, well, what did you think? And she was like, I immediately felt like a teenager again.
Oh.
And she was like, basically saying like, I froze. And she was like, or you went boneless like a slut.
Oh, my, hell yeah, you little slut.
Her friend Taylor is a very bad influence.
Do you think we'll get a Taylor book?
I hope so. She was like, do you feel like you have unfinished business? And she was like, I don't know. He's never even apologized for anything that's happened. She was like, what if he apologizes with his body?
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
She's got a point.
She's asking the real questions.
She's worked up now. She definitely is like, I'm going to fuck. So let's go out tonight. And I'm
Let's
like,
go find that motorcycle guy.
bad
go to the club.
idea. They go to the club.
Bad idea.
He put a tracker in her bag at the church.
Less invasive than other books we've read.
Very tame, actually.
Not
yes.
on her person or inside of her. All right.
Yes.
Respect.
He shows up
Are
and
these
finds
like
out.
Apple like
No,
AirTags?
this is actually like non-civilian level tech.
Military grade
Like
shit.
he knows which
It's
floor.
what the FBI uses to track his dad.
He went to an Etsy witch and she said, I will let you know where she is.
You will not be swimming today.
Throw these little particles onto the map.
Oh my god!
Throw your
Little
cowrie shells. Yeah.
scrying crystals. He literally knows like what floor she's on, and he's kind of like, it's a nondescript building, so he's thinking like, oh, she's at a friend's house, but he looks up the address, and it is a private club. It's called Velvet,
Oh.
where all of your fantasies become a reality. An hour later, he's inside with a mask and a membership. He used like a fake ID.
Whatever.
There's literally people wearing like baklavas and horror masks and just like regular masks.
What mask would you wear?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you do like one that's like this?
Yeah, probably.
What would you wear?
Or would you do a full face one?
I
I
don't
did the
think I could
Phantom
do
one, of
full
course.
face.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
No, but maybe
There's no anonymity with that though.
That's true.
I go with like a
that.
full on like costume application of like Benjamin Franklin.
You're gonna get so
just a
hot.
ball, just like your little
Yeah.
ponytail flapping in the
I'm
wind.
not there for whatever the hell everyone else is doing, but
Oh.
apparently I've been dragged along, so I need to just go, okay, I'm in a mask, everyone.
It's
I'm
a
here.
CMP field trip.
Oh, let's.
In Belgium. Okay.
Your mom has to sign.
Oh,
Diane
I thought you
has
was
to
good to
approve.
go. I'm like, that's not happening.
Just to sign your permission slip.
I can board your signature. It's fine.
Okay, so what was I saying?
They go to the mask, or they're in the velvet.
He
with
finds
masks
her
on.
in a viewing room. He sits down beside her and he's like apologizing. He's like, I'm sorry for what I said at church.
And she's like,
She
"What are you
knows
doing
it's him.
here?"
He's not in disguise.
Yeah, she immediately knows. He has like me familia on his like knuckles or something. Like,
Kind of a giveaway.
he's
I'm Nico.
fucking tatted up. Yeah.
Me,
Do you love me?
me, Nico.
So yeah, he's like, I'm so sorry about what happened in the past, and I'm sorry about what I said at church. That's not how I wanted that to go, blah, blah, blah. She's about to tell him to leave because she thinks he's gonna be like embarrassing because, he's in the mafia. They're like misogynistic. Like, how is he gonna feel about watching a sex show? But he the lights dim and some like a ding goes off and like a couple comes out and they get up on like the stage and they start fooling around.
They start what?
Fooling around.
How?
What does it mean? What does it mean to fool around?
I've never been to the show, so.
I wouldn't know
I
anything
think
about
he's
it.
like going down on her.
Are they both naked?
Yeah. I think the man's wearing pants and she might be wearing like lingerie.
Sure.
But he's
Yeah.
probably rock hard, huh?
Yeah, probably.
The lingerie?
Yeah.
I don't really remember all the details, but we're gonna read some. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know what we're gonna read yet, and I might need some help deciding.
Oh.
I love it. Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, he is expecting something like cringe, like over the top whips and chains, like an MC, weird lights and stuff.
Like
but
jump the shark way too much.
it's just literally
Fellas,
a couple.
come on down.
It's literally just a couple, and it's super intimate and super sexy.
So they're horned up.
Yes.
The whole building.
Yeah, the whole building.
Velvet is.
He feels a little uncomfortable because he has been like so sheltered his whole life. And that's kind of what I like about the character is that he's not some like overly like sexed
yeah.
up like
He's just your average run-of-the-mill stalker who's obsessed with this woman. He's not like a sex pervert.
Yeah, but it's only for her.
Yeah.
But he's not,
just
he's not
mean,
super
like-
experienced, or he's
Yeah.
not like.
Yeah.
He's a normal person.
Has he not
still.
been with anyone since he was with her?
they don't say, but they do. He does allude to something like meaningless sex here and there. So I
Sure.
don't think that he's 100% been celibate.
He's
for
not
the last
totally
10
rewind
years.
it back, but he.
Yeah.
He's caught up, but
Yeah,
not.
he's caught up, but not
Going back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's uncomfortable, but he can't look away. Taylor sees, she's like in the back of the audience, and she sees them talking, and she's like, "Is that it?" She's like, "Yes."
I don't know why I just cast Joan Cusack as her.
Oh, I love that.
I think she's Asian, but that's fine.
Perfect friend. Yeah.
She like fake faints and is like fanning herself. She leans in to tell him that he needs to leave, and he like kisses her on the neck. Yeah. He gets a boner. She's worried. I already said this. She's worried he's going to embarrass her. But
Your boner is really embarrassing.
Ugh, so
God,
embarrassing.
it's a sex show. Keep it together.
Come on.
After-
My friends are here.
after he asks her like what she can do, he can do for her like to get her to like forgive him. And he admits to the revenge on like her friend and the principal. And he's like, just say the word and I'll do worse. And she tells him she wants him to grovel.
Ooh, okay. Dom
So-
sub situation.
He gets down on his knees and he's basically like level with her crotch. And he's just basically saying that he's so sorry and that he will do
What
anything.
are you picturing right now, Barbara?
First, I pictured a like 2-year-old having a tantrum where he's like crying, going, please, like that. But then you
Please.
said he's level with her crotch, and I just pictured him like, will you please forgive me? Right up in her face.
He's actually okay, so I left this out, but he grabs her. She's like running away from him in the club and like goes down the back stairwell, like the exit, and he like grabs her and pushes her up against the wall. And so she's like faced forward to the wall, and that's when she says to grovel. So he gets down on his knees, and his face is in her ass.
So he's like, hey, do you forgive me? Like,
He's
Let-
basically
come
like
on.
rubbing his face on her ass,
Okay.
saying he's sorry. And then he realizes that she doesn't have any underwear.
Well, it's just dripping.
so he's
she-
very distracted.
She hikes up her dress and tells him to touch her. He
Right.
finger blasts her so hard. She
Wow.
comes in like
Immediately.
2.2
Take that.
because he's the
He knows.
He knows what she
captain now.
wants. He may be groveling, but
No,
he knows what he's doing.
So she's like, I don't forgive you. Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Bye.
Yeah, she loves it.
she loves it.
She loves it.
He sends her, so they leave. There's another whole side plot. I don't want to give too much away because this book just came out.
Okay.
But she has like it turns out that she owns part of the club with some other content creators.
Salacious Players Club.
Yes, but
Yes.
there is like a main person who like runs the club like day-to-day operations. They're just like
one.
investors.
Okay.
But they have a shitty landlord who's trying to like raise the rent on them because he knows that they don't really have a lot of options when it comes to the kind of club that they're running
That
there.
guy's fucked.
Yeah, I was saying, well, that landlord's not around for much longer.
Yeah. He ends up sending her another request for $7,000.
Be my girlfriend.
Meet in person.
Oh.
At this point, she doesn't know that it's him. But he's
All of her fantasies are the same guy. It's going to work out great.
Well, he sends a picture of her diary. And it's something that one of the fanfics that she had wrote about going down on him in a photo booth at an arcade that they used to go to.
And he's like, let's do this.
Basically. And so she agrees.
Wow.
It's been shut down, but he shows up super early and like cleans it and makes it all nice and like puts little lights in there. She doesn't go down on him. He goes down on her.
He's groveling.
Right.
Yes. She is like, what's wrong with me that I feel this way? You know what I mean? Again.
You wrote the story, girl. I don't know.
Nothing's wrong with you. You're perfect.
Well, I think she's just like, she can't really reconcile like wanting to just all of a sudden be back in love with him. And I think it's just because they cut off things so quickly.
She doesn't want to get hurt again.
Yeah. So basically her friends are like, what are you supposed to do? Like, somebody that you had no closure with comes back and is obsessed with you, is telling you that they've been watching you this whole entire time, all these things that they did for you to help you out.
Have you seen what's on Hinge, girl? Like, come on.
Yeah. He's also my number one, like, you know, does she not know that yet? That he's
No,
the guy?
she does now because he's sent the picture of her diary for the
And
request.
she's like, you little rascal.
She does not even care. She's so turned on.
She's
that,
like, I love it.
Yeah, she doesn't even feel betrayed in like the least bit.
Okay.
He knows the way to her heart, and it's through her.
He
OnlyFans.
basically is like, I will do whatever you want. Say the word. And I think she's also worried about like her lifestyle and like the kinks that she's into. Like, are you going to be down with that? Because I'm not going to stop being a cam girl, and I'm not going to stop wanting to like go to the club and like fool around.
Right. She's like, it's work.
Yeah. But also pleasure.
She likes it.
Yeah. But when she goes to the club, she's just going for herself.
Mm-hmm.
He's also like trying to leave the mafia.
Uh-huh.
And so like he's trying to figure out a way to go straight because he knows that they can't be together unless he can leave the life. So she invites him to the club. This is the part where I'm having like a hard time figuring out what scene to read. She invites him to the club. So there's a club scene.
Ooh.
Okay.
There's also another scene where they meet back up at church and they're in a confession booth.
Do you have a preference, Barbara?
I feel like I'm leaning club simply because
We've never done it.
What could that be? And I'm leaning away from the confession booth because I remember we did that with like priest or something. There was something about the oil and so, I don't know. It was, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. And
Okay, let's read the club.
Okay, we're in the club. We off.
We off.
When he shows up late and she thinks he's like, you might have to open
We
it.
have our stickers from our
yeah.
live show.
I put Maggie
And a
gave
Ryan
us
Shea.
Ryan Shea sticker,
Cute.
and then I put a nasty piece of fruit on there.
Okay, STFUATTDLAGG. We shut the fuck up and
I don't even know.
There's no way to know.
what is it?
I don't know.
ATT.
Turn it around.
And take it.
Oh, and take that dick like a good girl.
Wordle.
Mapped up.
Mapped up.
She'll be like, oh gosh, Emily.
1 + 1 is 69.
So it might be the bookmarks are open.
Okay.
It's the one on the top. Okay, so he shows up to the club. He's running late, so she's like ready to fuck somebody else.
Uh-huh.
She thinks like, oh, he's doing it to me again. He shows up, he walks in, he runs straight into her and starts like kissing her.
Who's Ella? Is that her?
No.
Oh.
And then we go.
I knew it.
She's like, take me upstairs, and he thinks that they're going to like a room, but
Right.
she takes him to another viewing room, and it's show's about to start, and they're like talking or whatever.
We're the show.
No,
Oh.
they do. That does happen. She's basically like, this is what I want, you know, like I want to do these types of things, and
Yeah.
you
Like
said
she wants to do these performances.
Participate.
Yeah, voyeuristic sex, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, or like exhibitionist?
Yeah, a bit of both, I guess.
Bit of both, yeah.
I don't know.
Be watched and do it in public, I guess.
Under safe circumstances where everybody watching is also consenting and all the good things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so she's also like, this is new to him, so I don't want to like push him too hard. So she's basically like getting consent from him. There's a couple that walks out. She's blowing him. He's pierced up. Another girl walks in. It's basically a threesome.
Yeah.
And Junior's hard. And so she's like, do you want to?
Junior is ready for attention.
Junior. Junie.
Okay, so this is they're describing what they're seeing.
Yes.
Ella is, I guess, the performer.
Yes.
Okay. Ella got onto the bed first, turning to face the audience, legs spread, revealing the piercings on the hood of her slit and the chain running through its hoop connected to her nips. So she's connected.
It's like when you have a ring and a bracelet and they connect.
Ooh, goodness.
We've already got Emily. All right, it's a good sign.
Ooh. Bree climbed onto the bed after Ella, another
That's
woman.
the third.
Ooh. Situated herself between her spread legs and kissed her way up Ella's thighs, while Ray joined them. Okay.
What are you looking at me for?
I squeezed Junior, gaze dropping to his lap, saliva pooling in my mouth at the thought of licking away the bead of prickum on his tip.
I like that when you say ass, you go yes.
Yes.
As though I like it.
Yes.
I didn't say it. I said something else.
We can wait until after. Ray let out a low groan and Junior's eyes slid away from mine, his face turning back to the stage. Then he glanced at the crowd around us, at all the writhing bodies as everyone else lost themselves to pleasure. Finally, he looked back at me and nodded, legs spread wide to make room for me between them. Do it. I immediately slid from my seat, dropping to my knees on the cold hardwood. Junior shifted his hips forward, and I wrapped my hand around the bottom of his shaft, and then my lips around his head. The salty taste of prickum hit my tongue, and I moaned, swirling it around, lapping up as much as I could. I bobbed my head down just a little, testing the width of him in my mouth. Junior was big enough that I had to go slow at first, coating him in saliva to ease my way. My thoughts went to Ella and how much harder this would be with an added row of barbells to contend with. Ooh. Ooh, I couldn't.
I have so many thoughts.
What do you have thoughts on?
Earlier when you were saying she's like explaining like this is voyeurism, this is the club, this is what's going on, you're new to this. I was reminded of Guarded by the Snake where he's like, this is how my two spikes work and like that whole thing.
Biology lesson?
Educational, yeah. And then something about the way you're reading has me thinking that you are big time clutching pearls and just like reading like you were just reading your homework assignment and then you can sit back down and somebody else will read aloud to the class.
Doing my confessional?
No, I'm in.
What's weird about the confessional? Not weird. What's noteworthy about the confessional?
He soaks and he never moves it.
How very Mormon of them.
Religion.
This is the Church of Latter-day Saints? Like, goodness.
No, it's just they're trying to be quiet.
So does he hold still and she wiggles?
He's
someone
DJ
bouncing on the bed?
diddling,
He's DJ diddling.
and he's just got the tip in, and she comes just from the DJ
Just
diddles.
from the tip and the DJ diddles.
And then he
appetizer.
pulls back and comes all over her.
Quietly though.
There's people outside talking about baseball.
They're playing. It's the Twilight Crew.
Bases loaded.
It's Edward.
God.
Grand slam. I paced myself, taking my cues from Junior and the audience. Any second now, there would be some sort of mass reaction indicating penetration, and that's when I would really pick up my pace. So he's watching the stage and her.
And she's going off vibes to see.
Yeah.
She's feeling the cosmos.
She's
an entertainer.
I could tell when it was about to happen because Junior's dick swelled with a fresh wave of arousal. A heartbeat later, gasp and murmurs filled the crowd. Showtime.
Send him home.
Woo, I'm ready. That's showbiz, baby. I tightened my hold on Junior and started working him faster, even as I hollowed my cheeks and took him in as deep as I could. His hands slid up my arms, raising goosebumps on their wake before he slipped his fingers into my hair. The bondage show had wound me up earlier, but it was nothing compared to how turned on I was now.
She turned up.
She's like, whoo, turn it up. I'm almost caught up. Feeling the hard heat of a man in my mouth, listening to a room full of moans and other hotter sounds. Needing friction, I slipped my free hand between my legs and began rubbing the pad of my finger over myself. I kept my eyes open because the couple beside us was having their own fun, and watching the woman jerk her partner off out of the corner of my eye spun me even higher. Take me higher. At this rate, I might come before Junior did.
Oh my God, it's a race.
God.
She's trying to steal home.
She's feeling the vibes too. His control slipped the longer I worked him, fingers tangling in my hair, hips thrusting with more force. Yes, fuck my mouth, I thought. Just less tightening my core. I shoved my lacy thong aside and slipped my middle finger into my kitty cat.
Yep.
She's petting her finger. Kitty cat.
She flipped herself off, yeah.
She said, fuck you, me. Muscles clenched down immediately, and I pressed my palm to my clit.
Oh, that's
I forgot to say the word, sorry.
This was long gone before. So she did the palm move.
Yeah.
She...
No. It's the one where you break someone's nose. Remember, he palmed it. So she did that to herself.
Yeah. Rubbing
She's double jointed. It's fine.
rubbing it over with every stroke. Low? Junior ground out, fisting my hair. I pulled him just long enough to say, pour it down my throat, before swallowing him as deep as I could. With a groan, he started, tugging me into every thrust. My fanny fluttered around my finger. I was close, but I almost too focused on making Junior come over here to get myself off. And I didn't want the distraction. All I wanted was him unload inside my mouth.
Dump it out, but very different.
Dump it out, whip it out. Whip it out, doesn't dump it out. And
shoot it out.
Down the gullet. He gave it to me a heartbeat later, barely making a sound. His body told me all I needed to know as he shook and shuddered through it all. So, is this the first time he's come?
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
She's been begging to suck it after every time they've been together, and he's like,
no, I've never had an orgasm, and I'm scared. That's what he says.
He says, I don't know what that is.
What about familia?
Sometimes something comes out. I needed a salty heat exploding over my tongue.
Chicken soup for the soul.
Chicken soup for the soul. Branding the back of my throat. I nearly choked, but I managed to swallow it all and keep my pace through his orgasm, slowing only when his fingers slackened. Before I knew what was happening, he wrenched me off the floor and onto his lap. With a growl, he reached under my dress and yanked my thong hard enough to rip it off, and suddenly we were skin to skin, like a baby.
No.
Skin to skin.
Quit talking about babies. What the hell?
Move, he said, tugging my hips. Oh, fuck. I grabbed the back of the chair to steady myself, barely having to do any work because of how easily he dragged me up and down over the top of his still semi-erect chicken. My arousal coated him, turning it into a hot, wet mess that felt amazing rubbing against me.
Ooh, her face. Aww.
It would be so easy to slip him fully inside, but I didn't know if public penetrative sex would be too much for him right now.
We haven't discussed
Queen.
this.
She needs
Let's
to
check the contract. Oh wait, it's not 50 Shades.
Is this in there?
There's no paperwork.
I didn't have you sign the paperwork.
There's no way to know.
So I let him take the lead. He leaned forward and tongued my nipple. Is she still connected, piercing wise?
No, that's the lady on stage.
Okay.
The other girl, she's busy. She might be untied. She might be tied up more. There's no way to know.
They just might have gotten tangled up.
Oh, they're tangled in tinsel.
Oh. The room seemed to fall away, leaving only me and Junior and what was happening between us. My fingernails dug into the chair. Spots danced at the edge of my vision. I'd been too aroused for too long, and now my body was punishing me for it.
She's got blue balls.
Holding me in a state of blissful torture, just shy of where I needed it to be. And then Junior bit my nips, shoving me, not that nipple, shoving me over the edge. I slammed my eyes shut, stars bursting behind my lids. That's the cosmos.
Cosmos. So they're coming.
Whew. Behind my lids as my kitty clamped down on nothing. And I shattered, writhing, moaning, Junior thrusting against me when my hips lost the rhythm. Is that it?
Yeah.
You did it.
I made it through.
Wow.
You did so good.
You
I like
chose
that there
that.
wasn't a lot of him talking in it.
Well, to be more accurate, I chose that. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, no. I mean, it's all good. It's all
He
all
didn't
gonna be
talk in
something.
the other one either.
Wow. Move. Yes.
He's
do it.
mysterious.
He calls her Lo because her name is Lauren Olivia.
Lauren.
Lauren Olivia.
Oh, okay.
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 Well, they're in love. What's the problem?
They kind of end up having a fight. They're
They have
like,
like that, their third act breakup.
well, there's a couple of things. They talk and he's like, where do you see yourself in the future? Like after cam work? And she's like, cam works forever. And he was like, I just meant when you're like,
Never dies.
yeah, I'm just like, I meant when like you're like 50 or
Yeah, like,
you
are
know.
you-
Yeah, what about it?
Like I'm not trying to make you quit. I'm just wondering like, what are your plans afterwards?
I don't know,
Right.
hang out.
So she
Long
takes
term.
that as like an affront. But then this guy comes in, like a drunk guy comes in with a bunch of people and like demanding sex at the club because they're gross.
Gross.
And Nico just jumps up and like apprehends them, ends up breaking the guy's arm.
With his dick out.
I thought he was like, I'll have sex with you.
This is like after they're like at the bar,
Right.
Like having a drink.
Aw. Breaks his arm.
And
Oh, he loves
well,
her.
she's like, this no violence is allowed. You have to leave.
Oh.
And he
Lauren.
leaves. He accidentally takes her phone. That's where he says, meet me at church tomorrow to swap. And then they have the confessional thing.
She was like, oh, that was swap. I said soak. Sorry, autocorrect.
Your phone, the typo. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know. He's apologizing. He's like, I'm not sorry for putting that guy down. He was going to do something bad.
That's fair.
This is where the confession scene happens, but she's also like worried that he's like ashamed of her. And so he invites her to Allie and Josh's engagement party. And she tells everybody
Does Josh wear a mask at his
no,
engagement
but
party?
he is kind of being weird and like doesn't want to talk to a lot of people because
Don't
he's
look
still
at me.
worried that people are going to recognize his dad.
I'm not my father. Not familia.
No familia.
Well, what's funny is
No
that
papa.
Lauren recognizes Josh right away.
Because they banged.
Well, no, because of his
They've worked together,
tattoos
'cause
and
of his tattoos.
Because he
social
posts
media.
thirst traps, right?
Yeah, and I think Allie might be participating in them because she recognized Allie too, but they don't really get into it. I was kind of surprised. They just kind of like glossed over that.
They don't exchange business cards.
Well,
They don't all collab?
She ends up telling everybody that she's a cam girl, and he's like, "I don't care. Tell everybody. You know, I don't."
She's very good.
yes.
Well, yeah, the people that were
Subscribe,
going to their
please.
thing, they're cam people too.
Yeah. Oh, I mean at the party,
I thought this was their engagement party.
Allie and Josh.
Yeah, then they're online.
Yeah, but nobody knows.
Oh.
Not even Nico knows.
So does Allie wear a mask too?
Yes, I'm not
She
sure.
wears her ER like.
I
physician
have
mask.
no idea, but she recognized them both.
She can
So I
smell
don't know if maybe there's going to be
Pheromones.
another book for them or something.
I mean, I assume that she's in the industry. She recognizes their thirst traps. They probably come up on her thing, like things
No,
you
I
send
know. I'm
me.
just saying, like that's
Gang
never
recognizes
mentioned.
gang.
Yeah, she's
That's
like, I
never
can tell.
mentioned in either book. So
Yeah.
I have no idea. She ends up finding out that his dad, him and his dad might have had something to do with her dad being
Oh,
missing.
she didn't even like whatever.
She didn't even care.
Yeah, they get over it. They get back together.
They're in
fine.
love.
They're in love.
They're in love. It's
Oh.
great.
Read the book though, because there's a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
A lot
Okay.
more stuff. A lot more plot. How he goes clean. How he gets
Yeah.
under his dad's thumb.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, Josh and Allie are big in that part of the plot.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun.
Okay.
What did you rate it?
I like 3. I was very
Vanessa, 3.
disappointed that the book didn't have the bike thing.
She wanted the bike. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I guess it might have been like too obvious because we already did the mask and lights out, but I think it was just like
I would have assumed that because
the
that's
motorcycle
cover.
thing, yeah, wasn't really in it much
It's-
at all.
It's like we talked about this where an author has a scene where there's only one bed, but then
Yeah.
like nothing happens with it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
well, what are we? You told me it was a motorcycle guy, and I got there.
In the synopsis, it made it seem like he was the stranger.
Right.
But we never
Oh.
got any time of them being a stranger in the book.
Right.
There was
Who
no,
is that guy? Yeah.
There was no other than them chatting online, but we only saw that one video in the beginning.
So you didn't really get the transition from like who and what is this into
Yeah.
what it is now.
Because there was
Yes.
more of that in Lights Out.
Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't
Okay.
want her to know who he was until the very end.
That's true.
And then she already knew.
Mm.
Remember, because she asked to meet up with Josh, and he was wearing like all these gloves.
Yeah. And she's like, all right, come on.
Yeah. She's like, he's an idiot.
What do the good people at Goodreads think?
Lots of friends read it.
Ooh, in 1 week.
Yes, I forgot to write down how many, but there were a lot of reviews. Some written, some not. It has a 3.86 on Goodreads with 47,000 reviews.
Wow.
I know. Lauren, friend of the pod, 3.75. I expected the motorcycle theme to be more of a plot point, but perhaps my expectations were just unrealistic. No,
That's
they're
why we're
not.
friends.
Okay.
Best friends. Meg, friend of the pod, 4 stars. If he wanted to, he would. I'm not sure if I'm the problem, but every time Nick admitted to another action that he took protecting Lauren daily over the 10 years, I was like, as he should. Oh, some like old ladies were talking shit about Lauren because everybody knows that she's a cam girl, and he slit all their tires at church.
Oh my God, you said tires. I was really preparing
my
for something else
God,
there. I was like, whoa. Okay.
There was a lot of other things. I can't even. It was just lots of stuff. Parking tickets. One time her mirror got shattered on her car, and she woke up in the morning and it was completely replaced.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Acts of
Just
service.
the most random stuff.
Wait, we were just talking about the town in the episode we did yesterday, I think, right? Do
I
you
like
remember?
the Boston movie.
Do you remember when she's like, "Oh yeah, I can't go down this alley anymore because I have to like they throw bottles at me," and he's like, "What?"
Kids.
Wait.
His like girlfriend who doesn't know that he's like a really bad guy or whatever. She's like, "Yeah, I have to walk
take the long
way. I
home."
can't go down because when I go down that way, they're like, there's some
Was
guys
that in
there."
the town?
Yeah.
And they threw bottles at me, and he's like, "They threw bottles at you? Do you remember what they look like?" And the next thing he goes to like Jeremy Renner, and he's like, "I need you to come with me. We're gonna hurt some people. You can't ask me about it, and I can't ever tell you why." And he's like, "Whose car are we taking?"
Yeah.
That is the hottest
it.
scene in the entire. Oh my God! Oh,
That's Nico.
love it.
Sophie, friend of the pod, 3 stars. I usually hate pop culture references in books, but the Love Island shout out and this filled me with so much joy. And I do agree that the first 5 UK seasons were the best.
I love Love Island. I am deep in Love Island.
They
Families.
definitely were watching her roommates are definitely like a big side
But they're like, you have to be
characters.
home every night to watch Love Island.
It's
a full-time job.
appointment TV is what the
They
kids
work
call it.
for themselves so that they can plan their lives around that.
Yes,
Yeah.
every
yeah.
summer.
Yeah.
I one star from Amy, not friend of the pod. She shouldn't have taken him back so that I wouldn't have to read this.
Oh.
Oh.
There was also lots of people saying that they DNF this book. I don't need political nonsense in my mafia romance. Thanks. Lots of people talking about how
Her advocating for women's rights.
Yeah, sex worker came up every other, and I was like,
So
really
she is a sex
didn't-
worker,
Yeah.
first of all.
Yeah.
That's her job.
She's a character.
Second, you want to read about it, but you don't want to have to hear about the politics of it.
Yeah, it was not even politics. It was literally one little blurb about how he got the congresswoman to meet up. It was just one more thing that he had did,
Yeah.
and that was the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then also her roommate, Ryan, is non-binary.
Okay.
And they could not...
Handle
the
them
pronouns.
Oh my God.
It's really not that hard, people.
The
really not
comments on these reviews, though,
replies
give
to
me
them.
Do people
joy.
reply?
Yes, you
Good.
can reply to
Fuck
reviews.
'em.
People are like, you're only making me want to read this book.
Yep.
Reading is political. Someone made fun of her because she's literally wearing like Star Wars something in her profile picture. And they're like, that
Yeah.
is literally the most political series
The Resistance. Yeah.
of all time.
Meanwhile, they're trying to ban books in Texas, so okay, girl.
Right.
Sure.
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
we are able to read these books for
What's
now.
funny too is that they specifically say mafia romance. So someone was like, imagine being pissed by pronouns and politics in a book, but not about murder.
Yeah.
Right. He's slitting tires.
And the mafia is basically politics.
Right.
Yep.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
obscene. And I think it's also just another sign of like a really popular series
Yeah, you get
getting
a lot of people.
shit. Yeah.
People
Kill
love
'em.
a reason to be like, actually. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. No one asked.
I'm like, how could you know that that is every other word if you didn't even finish the book?
Right.
And most of them were like, I couldn't even get through a chapter.
Sounds
You feel
really
very
hard for you.
strongly about people who DNF but have an opinion, which as you should, because it is tough where it's like, I don't think you should have a full opinion if you DNF a book.
Exactly.
As a Libra.
You started DNF Zodiac Academy, and now you're fucking obsessed.
See? You never
Trying
know.
to get my PhD.
Whew.
Apparently there's spinoffs.
What?
What were you going to say before I interrupted you?
I was going to say, as a Libra, I'm going to say context matters. Sometimes it's okay to DNF and have an opinion, and sometimes it's not. You know,
Right.
Without details, I cannot give a ruling.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair and
There's
valid.
spin-offs of Zodiac Academy?
Apparently.
Is it like the Tarot Club or like
No, like
After school programs.
Dark Fae.
sure.
I saw a picture of a timeline for the books, and I was like, no, I didn't need to know this.
Ooh, she's starting to get like, when you have the magazines on the
strings,
walls
yeah.
and the red string going, oh yes, this.
You know what's so cool, which is so annoying because I just solely switched over to an iPad, is that the Kindle only device will give you a summary on the series that you're reading. So
Oh.
when you start a new book, if it's not the first one, it'll ask you if you want to do a series recap, and you can go book by book
Oh, that's cool.
or just the last book that
Well, that
you
might help
read.
when you want to jump in at book 4 on a series.
well, that's
Barbara
kind of the whole
never-
point is to
yeah.
jump in and go, where am I?
Mid-adventure.
I don't know what's happening.
I feel like
yeah.
I didn't give enough backstory on these people.
This is our last recording before we do the live show. Are we good?
I'm good.
I was tuning it out.
We're ready. And this will come out 2 weeks after our live show, and we'll be like, oh my God, remember how nervous we were? And we had 4 whole people there, and it's fine.
4,000. My God, they came out in numbers for us.
I think that in my mind, I'm more. I guess. Well, we can say what I think we're the most nervous about, and then we'll see if we were witches and
Falling
and
on
the
stage.
opposite. I would be the most nervous of there being only like 3 people there.
I would relax so much.
I just have a hard time talking in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, without crying.
We also don't know what the setup is. So This is just a little behind the scenes for you. We don't know what the setup's going to be. I'm picturing like a table where the 3 of us are just like next to each other. I don't
But
really
is
know.
it like on a stage and we're looking down,
Yes.
or are we
Yes.
level? Oh no!
But-
okay,
but-
that might be better.
It's good if you're not level because then if the lights hit you, you kind of can't really see faces. So you just
Yeah.
sort of like keep your eyes hazy and you're just like, no one's here. But if it's a table, we could just put you on the other side so you're not facing the audience.
Oh yeah, just your back to the.
And then every now and then you could turn around. Huh?
I'm just gonna wear gorilla glasses.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be
Somebody
great.
bring me a pair.
Or those reading glasses that. You know.
Oh
Just
yeah,
look
the ones
down.
where you can.
Well, for everybody that did come to our show, the 3 of you, I'm assuming, or the 3,000 of you, thank you so much for coming, and it meant a lot. We're just preemptively saying this.
Wasn't that fun? Thank you for laughing when I fell over, not going, "Are you okay?" Because
Right.
I don't care how broken my body is, I'm fine.
I
Yeah,
fell
don't
on my
help.
stairs this morning.
Yeah.
I fell going up them this morning.
Okay, that's better than
And
going
you
down though. I
Fell
feel like.
off your bike.
I fell off my bike. I know. I have an alley.
Damn.
I know. I'm in.
She needs one of those helmets.
What if I fall on stage and it knocks you off balance and Vanessa doesn't notice she's got her readers on?
She trips on us.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm looking at the floor.
And
How
then
could I
someone
trip?
farts and we won't know who.
What?
Lactose intolerant. Anyways.
Emily.
Thanks for being cool about all of that,
Thanks
you
for
guys.
being cool with that and still watching us and still listening to us and telling your friends to listen to us. Tell your friends to join our Patreon. You should join our Patreon if
I'm
you're
more
not on our
nervous
Patreon.
now.
You know, we'll see what happens. Like and subscribe at Clutch My Pearls Pod everywhere on the internet. Tell your friends, tell your cousins, tell whoever.
Tell your cam girl.
Tell anybody you follow on OnlyFans. Tell Alyssa Green when you add her on OnlyFans. Who
Oh
knows?
my God! Tell her who sent you.
Yes, tell Bernie on Patreon. What's his name? Bat Dog? Burn Dog?
I
Bernie.
don't know. It's Bad Dog on Instagram. The link's in the bio.
He's
Link
around. You can find
He's
him.
in there crying.
He's an artist.
Hey,
boy.
Painting.
anything we ever post, you'll see him commenting. So.
Yeah, look for the eyes. You know, number one supportive husband.
Immediate. Yep.
Anyways, Clutch My Pearls Pod everywhere on the internet. For everyone on our Patreon, I'll see you Monday. For everyone else, I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Familia.